Yes.
Do you have a beer? Did everyone get beers?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Does this screw off or?
No, it just lifts off.
We'll try it. We'll start it with some beer A.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you got beers right
Yeah.
behind you?
Yeah, right beside me, dog.
Where are you going, bro?
I don't want to be tall boy. I don't drink fast enough.
That was the most
Pussy.
That was the most dad thing I've ever heard anyone
Do you need
say.
another? That was pretty dad-like. There's little boys in there, too. Oh, okay.
Got the John Deere.
Oh,
We got salt on the fucking...
it's ice, bro.
I thought it was
Jesus.
like a margarita.
Yeah.
Salt. And
Yeah. So we gotta.
The old rim
we just
job.
gotta
the seasoned salt as...
season upon us, folks.
What do you got, a fucking CR mist over there?
John Deere, son.
Oh, God.
Got a John Deere Bush
I
latte.
was like,
Bush.
we should definitely have a Bush Light sponsor.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, we'll get there one day.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Bush Light.
Dadgummit. You just can't beat it.
I
That
mean-
crisp, smooth, refreshing taste. Just
All right. How's everyone's week?
kind of rough. Wednesday, the snow. Let me tell you,
Little crazy.
little sketch. Yeah, caught everybody off guard.
Yeah, I woke up, was like, fuck.
Yeah, not today.
So how was it driving in the rig?
So normally it takes 2 hours to get to my meet and turn, and it took. So I got up there in like 2 hours, 10 minutes because I got into it a little bit. Took me 4 hours to get back. So it was
man.
45 miles an hour for 117 miles.
So do you tow two?
Yeah, two trailers.
Good God. What does that feel like going down the highway when it's like snowy and slick like that? Do you typically have more traction because it's so heavy, or is it like I have no idea what that would feel like.
Oh, so like the trucks are set up to where when there's weight on them, they're definitely going to work better.
Yeah, right.
But like sometimes a weight can help you, but you got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like there was a time I was coming up a hill going like 25, 30 miles an hour and almost got stuck.
Yeah.
You just got to fucking hammer it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
But other than that, it wasn't too bad. Just went home after that. That was enough for me.
I thought of you because that day my wife got caught on I70 heading to work. She got to work like 2 hours late or something.
Shit.
There was a giant pile up on the way home. There was a giant collision with tons of semis and cars. They blocked I70 completely off and made you go around
Yeah.
and get back on the I70. So it was disaster. And then I went to Topeka that day, and I think I got my haircut. That's the day I got my haircut, and there was a semi flipped over, and I was just like, God, I was just thinking of you.
No.
Good Lord.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, you guys are cute.
Hey, gotta look out for our boys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a rough day. What about your week?
Normal week, really. Nothing new.
Nice. New job doing all right?
Yeah. Same work, just different contractor.
Nice.
So we saw your new truck out here. What'd you end up getting?
Just got a Hemi.
Woo! Was she taking in the morning? a little bit?
She revs up when you like go to warm it up, like just to start it. It's like 1,300 RPMs for a while.
She's primed and ready.
It's nice though. It's got a nice stereo and it rides pretty nice. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Work truck.
better than driving my car.
So, well, speaking of that, so you're putting the daily up for sale?
Yeah. Yep. Old Sataran. She up for sale.
Give us your spiel. Come on, salesman.
I'm not a salesman.
Just tell us what the car is, and I'll post the post up, and we'll.
It's an L300 Saturn, AC heat, and it gets you from A to B.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
I'll post the screen up here if you're in the Kansas City area, or if you're looking for a daily. Hit your boy up.
Yep. Yeah, I already got people messaging me just.
How much you want for it?
Well, next week I'll get my tax return, so I'll come look at it then.
I got 1,200 cash today.
nickel pickle sale over here.
Yeah. God, I was like, man. I was like, fine.
down.
If you got the money, you can come next week. But I was half tempted to just fuck off.
I want to know.
Because what's wrong with it, dude? It's a $2,500 daily. Like, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Go buy a brand new car if you want a perfect car.
I don't even. I hate selling cars. It's the worst thing. I
Anything.
dread it so much. I'm like, oh, maybe I'd let my car go or something. I don't even think I could go through it. Like, just putting it up for sale and going through that is ridiculous. Speaking of nickel pickle sale, let's get into
Oh shit!
Have you ever noticed? There's a guy in Lawrence that does it all the time. He's like freaking famous for it. There's somebody out here in Kansas City who does it. They do the same pitch. You would think you'd hear something like that. I'd be like, I would think. I would think, you're like, oh man, that's a one-off thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think there's like a school they go to where they teach you how to nickel pickle sale.
Oh my god. Well, and you think how much money they spend just to advertise it all the time? It's like every 10 minutes.
Dude, Lonnie Blackburn and Lawrence. I went off on that motherfucker.
Who is that?
Dude, it's the guy in Lawrence. They have Academy cars, and it's your nickel pickle sale. And he's that's what he's famous for there in Lawrence. I went to see him because they had I forgot what they had. They had like a.
He went there for the
Tahoe
pickles.
Or something. They were trying to fucking
trying to pickle you.
Oh man, they were trying to put me in a pickle. Let me tell you, dude, I went off on him. I hate that dude. Fuck that guy. I went off to his face, dead ass.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, he's a bitch. You shove a nickel pickle up his fucking asshole.
Whoa.
Somebody's fired up.
Hey-o.
Anyway. Yeah. So other than that, week went over pretty normal. Everything is the same.
Yep, same.
I gotta know, and I'm sure others need to know. Does the work truck do a decent burnout?
Don't answer that. Do not answer.
I cannot say that
Jesse
on
just-
film. I don't know. Probably.
I'm not gonna do that.
Dude,
I'm sure it'll smoke the tires, but I haven't found out.
Yeah. You're.
You get a call from like HR, like, why's your tires bald? I don't know. It's a slideshow.
I got stuck in the driveway.
Why is there a helm truck
It's
at
union
slideshow?
Like, thank God that guy's there saying, don't answer that. He's like, shut up. Don't say that.
No burnouts.
No burnouts happening in the Dodge.
Nope.
It does happen. You can do that sometimes.
That sucks. Well, not that anyone's going to ask me about how my week went, but...
Oh, how did
Oh, thanks.
I asked to both of you.
Oh, well, it was fine. Kids were sick. They had the flu pretty much all week, but they're better today. That was the goal, to at least try to get them prepared going into the weekend. 'Cause
Yeah.
we have the Super Bowl tomorrow. Today's Saturday, the 11th,
Tomorrow.
so tomorrow's the 12th,
Yep.
which is also my birthday, which is going to be... I don't. That definitely, obviously, never happened for me. Is having, first of all, the Chiefs, which is my team, and then playing in the Super Bowl. That should be pretty fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Go Chiefs.
Yeah. Get it done, boys.
Yeah.
I think I already told the boss. I already put in PTO for Monday. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be in any kind of shape. Win or lose, I'm not going to want to work.
Yeah, ain't happening.
Especially
Yeah.
to lose. I'm going to be crying.
Dude. Yeah, she called
Spend my
me.
whole
She
day
was
crying.
She was like, thank you for being honest and just, you're not calling me and saying, oh, I have a headache, I can't work, or I'm sick. And he's like, you're just, you know that you were going to be fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hitting the wobble
Yeah.
pops.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the only way to be, though.
So, Brett, what have you got done on old White Walker, right?
Yeah, Megan picked it. I like Betty White better. I might change it.
Well,
I'll change it like every 6 months.
what have you got done since the last episode? So, week later.
Swapped the motor in. New motor is running. We got the onboard air in, needs wired up, and we're pretty close to seeing how much boost we can put to it.
It's exciting.
Super close.
Hell yeah.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah, it does.
I was pretty happy with oil pressure and stuff.
It sounds very crisp. It sounded better than the L33. It sounded a little bit more crispy.
Yeah, it's just probably the cam.
Yeah.
Cam probably.
Responsive.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that the L33 wouldn't have been great. It would have been perfectly fine, but
This one's more gooder though.
yeah,
She better.
just a bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good.
So we have Sick Week coming up.
Yes. Actually, it starts tomorrow? I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Yes, that's going to be the first one of the year, the kickoff.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. I love every one of those events. Is just the content is on point. I just love it. It's
Makes you want to do it every time you watch it.
yeah.
How many times they do it?
Sick Week's 2 times a year.
Well, I think it's just once, but
I thought they did it 2. I thought they did 2. Last one of the years, maybe not.
maybe I would have to check it. But I know Rocky Mountain Race Week's twice
Yeah.
for sure.
And then there's
Hot rod.
there's the circuit, I think now or something. There's another Midwest.
There's they did the Midwest,
There's going to be a lot of them
right,
this year,
because
I
of
think.
COVID, and they didn't do the Rocky Mountain one, so someone came up with this other one.
Yeah.
Because Finnegan and
The drag week, obviously.
Yeah,
It's
Finnegan
drag week
did
once or twice.
Once.
yeah, yep, they're
I
fun.
gotta get on one. I mean, that's.
Cletus is getting the Elko ready.
Well, that's something that I wanted to talk about. Is have you seen all of their builds that they've been thinking about doing? Obviously, they have the El Camino, the new motors back from Steve.
That's running.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it
you got it back
sounds
running.
very
They making
cool, dude.
passes.
Yeah,
you
second
can-
pass out, it's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
Like a
like
1-2
720
60 foot or
setting
something
off
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fast. He was
It
letting off, and it was
sounds
fast.
Really good. And I didn't know that was actually kind of an interesting thing that Steve and him worked together on. He said that he's never really built a big block for that reason. You know what I mean? Like how much boost, how much power. They had no idea how much power the thing was going to hold. They said on the dyno, they're like, well, Steve was like, that's about the limit that you're probably going to want to do on this. And I think they were like, 15 pounds higher than whatever that was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was way harder.
Yeah, I think it was seeing like 45 pounds
Yeah.
of boost.
And
Jesus.
it was loving life.
Yeah, it lasted for a long time, and it had 4,000 miles on it, and
I guess it looked pretty good too.
yeah, there's one thing, it had a lifter starting to go on it, and then I think that was about it, really. The rest of it was just normal wear, but I mean, that was 4,000 hard miles.
Yeah, he wasn't cruising.
No.
Well, some of it was cruising.
But yeah.
With the lifter starting to go too, I think now that they've already done this, like they've been through it before, who knows what the lifter, just saying, with a new combo on a setup like that on drag and drive, maybe they're getting better on their routine and their maintenance on adjusting the lifters and the deal and stuff like that to set it up. So hope maybe that the lifter will have better longevity. It could have been something to do with just being a fresh build and not having the routine everything set up to ready to go. But that car looks cool. Have you guys been paying attention to McFlurry, the Fox
That
body?
is legit.
Is that the Godzilla? Who's got the Godzilla in it?
Yeah,
Yeah, with
they
the
got a
Linko.
Bruno Linko
Yeah.
for it. And it fits
Yeah, I
in
watched
there
that today.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were cutting the tunnel to fit the Linko.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Those transmissions are wicked looking.
They're huge. They're so long, but they're only, like...
You have like a 1 foot drive shaft.
yeah, and they're only like this big around. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
That's gonna be so freaking cool. I forgot about that completely. I saw he posted I think it was around November about it. About getting in touch with somebody on getting one, and I forgot all about it until he released a video, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I saw what they were preparing for, which is, I think it's really cool that they're putting it behind that power plant. I think it's
definitely different.
It's extremely entertaining to see.
Well, the Fox body's not different, but
Well, the engine is.
Oh, yeah. And, well, the whole
even if you
drivetrain.
put a Turbo 400 behind it, it's something that you're not really seeing a whole lot of right now. But then you put a Bruno Linko behind it, it's like it's gonna
That
be
next
cool.
level up, yeah.
is it a blower car?
No,
Twins.
They're putting twins on it.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Ty was having OCD because they had to just slap it together really quick and the turbos weren't perfect.
Is it going to be on sick week?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They got it done. It's pretty cool. They took Leroy's original bull horns and like put them inverted, so it almost look like inverted devil horns coming off the turbos like this, and then it looks pretty legit actually. Yeah. They just got off the dyno, and then did you see their new giveaway car?
Yes, they bought Justin Keith's Tahoe.
Yeah,
LT4 swap Tahoe.
From what it sounded like, they were in talks pretty early about that.
Yeah.
He probably built it for Cletus.
Yeah, he did. I think they did.
But then he drove it, finished it, and then drove it all the way to freaking Florida from Kansas City.
Good test drive, yeah.
Yeah, lots of 25-hour test drive, 20 hours.
It was probably comfy AF, too.
The seats are... I like how he kept the interior factory.
Yeah.
He does a great job on those trucks. They look so freaking good.
Well, yeah, you can buy the nicest one you find, you know.
Yeah, but I mean...
And then they polished the original paint.
Yeah.
I can't believe how the paint looked.
Yeah, they look brand new when he's done with it. He's paving the way for the OBS community, setting a standard that's
they're gorgeous.
Awesome.
They're gorgeous.
And he drives them too. That's what's cool. They're not trailer queens. Like that's going that far with something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time to do it though. At least ain't no bugs.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah.
That'd be get a brand new car done. And you go, oh my god. I'd chip some paint there.
Shitload of bugs all over it.
I hate bugs.
Yeah. Have you guys been following? I know Doug Cook and Motion Raceworks have they brought out one of their new Fox bodies that they're
the orange one.
Together. Yeah, and I think they're going to be in Rowdy Radial again. 235 smaller than 235, or it's 235 is what the tire size would be on that.
Yeah,
I know they were kind of struggling a little bit. They had some issues with their hot side. They had to get
I watched the video today, but it was more like background noise. I was working on this, so I didn't really pay too much attention.
Yeah,
right.
It's like a cool little car.
Oh yeah, it's super clean too. I'm ready to see his Nova out.
Yeah,
that thing's gonna be badass.
The one to watch, in case those who aren't familiar, is Devin Vanderhoof's white vert Fox body.
Yes.
If you're not familiar with the car, he went last year to Sick Week, and I believe it was on a 275 then, and it was still small block Ford. They went out they hurt the motor first day, but he was going deep into the sevens, maybe even high sixes, and the car is crazy fast. That dude, he means business.
Yeah, it's legit.
If you kind of go back in time, if you check out his YouTube channel, Devin Vanderhoof, he has a lot of Holly guides, Holly wiring, tuning advice. He's very, very, very good at wiring cars. That's what he does. And this car, you can go over the whole entire car. His trailer is fucking trick. I mean, it is cool the way he set up his trailer. If you're kind of into that kind of stuff, you should check it out. His Sick Week build for his trailer, he'll show you all that. He goes over the car too, but he was pretty upset, and I can't remember the details of it ending Sick Week because he had to run. He had a small block. The car, I mean, it's a convertible car, single turbo, and he went to run one class. I can't remember what the class was, but due to the rule changes, they made him run in the unlimited class, which is with the guys on 315s, big, giant, big blocks, twins, with Cletus and everybody else.
Right.
He felt like his rule standards, he should have been in a different class, but he said, screw it, if that's what you're going to make me do, then I'm going to run it. And I think he would have been in the top top listings. And so, having said that, he said, I can't remember. I know there was a video where he was like, be ready for next year. I'm coming. Like, he's like, when I take something serious like this, I'm coming for you. So he got the motor rebuilt, and he ended up selling it off to one of his customers, and he built a big block Chevy for it.
Nice.
It's got 24 injectors with a Steve Morris intake, pack racing engines. I believe built a big block for it. I mean, the thing is like a gem. You can't even believe. And I believe he's going to be running Rowdy Radial, which is going to be on a 235. and you're probably about to see some crazy shit happen.
Oh,
That
yeah.
dude,
It's going to haul ass.
oh, he's gonna dominate that class. I guarantee you.
Right.
Unless he changed and maybe he's going up to a different class, whatever class he's going to be in, that car's going to be very impressive. It's a pretty cool car, so
Yeah.
something to go check out. If you're
Hell yeah.
interested. So,
For sure.
is there any other cool rides you guys have seen going into Sick Week? I haven't really been paying attention to a whole lot of other.
No,
cars.
I haven't seen a whole lot.
Saw Steve Morris got his car going again, that wagon, which is pretty cool. And then I think it's going to be pretty much a lot. Oh, Eric Yost got his Camaro going again.
Really?
Yeah, small block. Peter Harrell, small block, big single. That car is bitching too. It was super fast back in the day, and it's always been fast, but big drag and drive guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one to look for. It's the one that's got like the patina wrap on it. Looks rusty and stuff, but it's bitching. It's a nice car.
What about the dude that puts on Sick Week? Doesn't
Tom
he?
Bailey?
Yeah, is he entering his car?
I think so. I saw him testing it. Yeah. 2.0 or whatever.
'Cause I remember watching one YouTube and he blew it. He broke or fucked the heads up or something, and he had to quit. Couldn't finish.
Yeah.
I think that might have been the first year they did it, or
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, the head, something happened to the head or something.
that's a pro mod car, ain't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. It's got that SMX billet freaking Billy Badass motor.
Yeah. How many tracks do they go to? What different tracks?
I think it's 5. I think they start and end in Bradenton, if I remember right. But we're looking at
They stay in Florida, or
Yeah. Well, they go to South Georgia Motorsports Park, which is just north of Florida,
I gotcha.
not too far. But that's where all the Donald Long races are.
They're gonna have that's the one thing I would say the cool thing about Sick Week is the cars are gonna be going fast, extremely fast.
Yeah.
You know, they got some really good tracks, and it's cool because they can do these things during this type of year, and it's good to have that be able to spread them out a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really fun to take the cars on that at some point. Have a card to do that event.
Yeah.
They have some of the Sick Week classes, or would be unlimited iron, modified, pro street, super street, which is one of the small tire side, retaining stock suspension and stuff like that. Stick shift. They have an NA class, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Rowdy radials is a 235 or smaller drag radial, or a 26 8.5 or smaller slick. All-wheel drive cars can run on any street radial, so that is interesting.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to run. All-wheel drive's allowed to run in rowdy radials. It is 8th mile stuff.
In Rowdy Radial.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Rowdy radials all 8th mile. So there's Sick Week freaks, and then there is a Gassers versus Hot Rods versus Beetles. I don't know what the hell this is.
I don't know. I haven't heard of that.
I mean, obviously, so
It's like gassers and stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Huh.
That's very interesting.
Nice.
So and
Several
obviously
different-
it's 275 and
What
all
tracks are
kinds
they
of
going to?
stuff. So I'm trying to pull up.
Oh, gotcha.
So, speaking of Sick Week, Drag and Drive, and stuff like that, I guess we'll talk first. Your current car that you have now. We can start with Brett. What would be some things? Do you feel like you're obviously going in the direction to be able to run the car in the Drag and Drive type environment now? Are there any things that you would, or anything you'd like to do that that you'd really like to have in the car or set the car up for? This thing actually I would imagine you'd put the other doors back on for
Yeah.
cooking in that bitch.
Oh, yeah, we'd have to get the manual windows in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably try to find a more comfier seat maybe. But in the near future, I'd want to buy another identical car, white Z28.
Yeah.
Be completely factory and maybe put a little bit of nitrous on it, and then do drag week in it. So it might be slow, run 14s or 13s or whatever, but
Be fun.
yeah, I'm not trying to go to be the fastest. It'd be fun just to be a part of it and not have to worry, have AC and heat. And
So your choice platform, if you were to build another car, build a drag and drive car, it would be the same.
It'd be an F body, yeah.
You just love them.
Yeah.
Your babies.
Yep, that'd be it.
White? You'd find a white one?
Try to find a white 01 Z28.
I thought that was kind of interesting. Why white? Why do you like white so much?
I don't know. Just do.
Just like the way it looks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like white.
It's not a bad color.
Yeah.
It does work.
Clean.
Yeah. Especially when it's done good.
Yep. I'd buy another F body and run it stock pretty much.
Nitrous?
Yeah, a little bit of nitrous.
AC.
I wouldn't go crazy. AC, heat, put a little slick on it.
Set up like that, just enjoy it.
Yep.
Perfect.
Because I miss how this one was when it was completely stock with just a built trans and some exhaust and a tune.
Right, yeah. What about you?
My dream car would probably be the one I have, to be honest with you. That's kind of what I built the car for. So,
Right. Well, you do drive the piss out of it, too.
Yeah, that's what I tested it for. That's what I want to do the next year or two, I would say, is take it on a drag and drive. The only thing that's a little annoying about it is I'm in that stage of cage and no cage.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to do it, I would really like to run in the 9s or maybe at very least 10-0s. And just my goal would be to finish. That's my number one goal. But I'd like to run a faster time because the car can do it with ease. So, and I wouldn't be able to run that class with no cage. So, and I'm kind of in that period of I don't know if I really want to cage the car. I kind of want to keep it the way it is and just enjoy it as a real street car. And then I'd go to cage something, put a cage in something.
Yeah, I'd build something different. So that's what if I knew I would be where I am today, I would have kept that car stock and I would have bought a fucking 3-4 liter car, V6 car.
Yeah, something else.
And tore it up. Because there's so many. I mean, it's just like the square bodies. People buying them, parting them out, and then throwing the frames and all the shit away. And that's what happens to these cars.
They're getting harder to find.
You see them on there. Doors, this, that, and then they're gonna scrap it or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't save them all, but
it's sad though.
But it's what happened to all the older cars.
Pretty
it's
much.
Gonna be the same thing with these and the square bodies. You ain't gonna be able to find them. I mean, before too long, you'll be able to buy a complete cab from LMC or whoever. But
yeah, like they did with the Camaros and stuff. You can buy complete brand new bodies and shit for the Camaros.
Yeah.
If I were to build anything else, I'd probably do the F100. And I think no matter what, that's probably the next thing I'm going to do. And no matter what, I will build it drag and drive-esque, just because
it's so much more fun.
I've thought about it, and it's like I just don't know if I could have just a 100% race car. Maybe eventually, but there's something about driving them I just have to be able to do.
Yeah.
So that would probably be pretty fun to do something like that. That's probably what I'll do, is do something maybe that's a little bit faster and I wouldn't worry as much about putting a cage in that truck versus my car is a little bit more comfy than that truck is anyways. So,
true. Yeah.
So that's probably what I would do. But big block twins and badass cooling system and just turbo 400 probably.
Yeah, the regular.
Yeah, not anything crazy. Simple.
Well, yeah, the key is to build it where you can get parts.
Yep.
Basic shit that you can find the crap when you're halfway across the country.
Yeah, something that's going to be at O'Reilly's. Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about trailers earlier. Did you see Cletus's new trailer?
I did.
I like how the top comes off of it and you can walk in it.
Yeah,
you don't have to bend over to go in it.
It's got standing room in it. Yeah, that's fucking legit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Onboard air and all that cool shit.
So my thought is, so the El Caminos, did some of them come with hitches from a factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were meant to be trucks.
Yeah. It's like the perfect drag week truck.
You got a 6-foot bed that never has to be made.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
It is.
Well, he don't really have a
But yeah, I was
bed.
gonna say he
Not
ruined
anymore,
that bit.
but yeah.
He
Yeah.
ruined most of that part of like
Yeah.
using the bed and stuff like that. And that's where I've been really thinking about, even with the truck, is like
You wouldn't have to have a trailer.
I'd still like to keep a bed in the truck. I wouldn't want to like cut it and just have bed sides and expose everything else. I'd still want to keep a bed to where I could throw the lawn chairs in it, or a cooler,
bed floor. Yeah,
that's probably. I mean, there'd be. I don't know. I like the way yours is set up. I thought that was kind of cool, where it has the covers that pop up and stuff like that.
Yeah, the
Maybe
access panels.
Yeah, maybe be able to do something like that, where there's like a little like storage area, be like a fucking boat. Slide stuff in and out.
Right.
You know? And then but I like it's clean, like that too. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool. But Jesse, what about you? I mean, your truck first is. Would it be ready to go now, or is there things that you would like to do to make it better? Is that your dream, still would be your dream drag and drive build, or would you build something else? Dream, let your pocket run free. There's no worries about that. What would you want to do?
We built the truck to originally kind of do that. It had a gear vendors in it and all that cool stuff. It was pretty much set up to do drag and drive, and then I got it done, and I started driving it a little bit on the street here and there. And I couldn't bring myself to leave it in a parking lot by itself. I would always just be at a window like, oh boy, is there anybody parking next to my shit,
Yeah.
And
I couldn't imagine.
I'm a freak like that, so
your truck's a 10 out of 10 though.
Yeah, it really is.
Thanks. I mean, it ain't a shit box. About someone dinging it.
Black makes me a little nervous too.
Yeah. Oh, it's a pain in the ass to keep clean, but
yeah, we were at Streetcar Takeover, and I witnessed an old man touch. First, I witnessed him put his hand on the truck and lean over it to point at something in the engine bay, and I stood there, stared at him, and I'm like, I just couldn't believe it. And then he walked around the other side of the truck and started touching it. And I stood up and I said, "Get your fucking hands off of off the truck." And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Quit touching the truck."
Yeah.
He's like 70 years old. And then he's like, "I didn't touch a truck." I said, I literally saw you set your fucking hand right here, and your handprint is still on it. And I was like, "You should fucking know better."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Okay." I'm like,
yeah, don't
touch a car.
Confrontation doesn't scare you, does it?
Not much. Not much. I gotta look out for my
I'd have been
boy.
mad.
Well, thanks. So, but I mean, when people do that, it's like when I was a kid at car shows and stuff. There, my dad always, for sure.
Same with my dad. It was don't touch the fucking cars.
But the truck was set up to do it, but I started driving it, and I'm like, man. I was just thinking in the back of my head, I know guys do it with solid rollers all the time. It was like, man, I'm hammering the valve train out of this thing doing this. And I'm just like, so I'm kind of gearing away from driving it. I'm still going to drive it, but not as much, which still wasn't a whole lot. But I think what I would do is probably a 60s era Mustang of some sort. Kind of like my dad's car. I've always loved like the 69. 70s are to me, but 69s are where it's at for sure. But I would definitely do like a coupe or a fastback because you don't ever see them.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I'm clearly, fastback's an obvious option. Everyone's like, ooh, all over fastback cars. But I was gonna ask you if clearly, I'm sure you guys have a soft spot for those coupe cars. So I was gonna ask if that would be probably what you would choose.
Well, you don't ever see them. You might see a few 65, 66s here and there, maybe a 67, but there's not a whole lot of 69, 70 drag cars with the 28s and the 17s on the front. You don't ever see them out. So it's just
gotta have the 17s.
Oh, yeah, 17s, 15s.
Mm-hmm. I got 18s.
They need to be 17s. No, I'm kidding.
I bought it from a Corvette guy.
But, yeah, I don't know. I'm a huge firm believer keeping the same thing, probably big block Ford or something. And
expensive.
Are you
worth it?
Are you familiar with like the 72 Mustang Sprints, the Olympic. They did like an Olympic edition.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue setup.
Yeah.
We had one back when I think my brother was like 16 or something like that. It was a project car, of course. We had a 72 sprint car. So the red, white, and blue Olympic
Fucking
edition,
chicken.
And then, what this?
Yeah, there's chicken in the background, just so people know. If you hear
Yeah.
this pecking noise, it's chicken.
I doubt you can hear it, but and then we had a Mustang. I think Grande was it too.
Yep,
but
it was
both good
Grandes.
cars. So it was pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, something along those lines for sure.
Yep.
But I'll probably black. 'Cause
I love black.
I can't get away from it. My whole fleet's black.
I love black. That's my favorite. We had,
Well, I mean, half mine's going to be black. The bike and the truck. My Cummins is black, but the square body's originally white.
really?
So I'll paint
Yeah.
it white again.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Swamp block Ford. What would you say the power? Or,
Either small
Yeah.
block Ford or big block Ford, something like
and
that.
then like nitrous or turbo.
Probably
or,
twins, yeah.
Gotta have them twins.
Yeah, gotta get them twins, baby.
Twins.
Either that or big single. I love big singles for sure too.
Yeah.
The noises.
You ain't lying.
I love the
Sounds
turbo
good.
cars that sound like nitrous cars, though.
Yeah.
His car at idle does not sound like it's. I mean, you can hear the whistle. You can hear the whistle of the turbo. That's a dead giveaway. But like the exhaust note is
Yeah.
so deep, it does not sound like it's coming through a
Yeah.
turbo.
I don't know why
It
it's
sounds
so,
like open header.
sounds like a big block.
Yeah. Funny you say it. I sent a video to somebody, or I guess I didn't have to send a fucking video to somebody. It was on the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
But no, they were like, "Oh yeah, the big block in that truck," and I'm like, "No, it's a small block."
Yeah.
And they've never heard in person. It sounds like a big block. It
Yeah.
just does not sound like it sounds completely. It's so deep.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but
Sounds amazing.
sexual.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Boner.
Well, I wasn't gonna do it, but okay. Did you see on one of Cletus's videos that they were talking about pulling the motor out of the Blazer because all the hole bolts to put the front plate on it broke off because of all the
Wheelies.
The torque
they've
and
done.
shit.
They can't even bolt that motor back in there, so they're saying let's pull it out and put it in Ruby, the red C6 with the blower combination because it has motor mount. It uses actually motor mounts.
Yeah, factory mounts. Yeah.
So it'd be. What do you think about putting the
Ugh.
blower motor inside of Ruby?
Hands
What would that
down.
be like?
Fucking do
That
it.
is- that's America.
Yeah, without a damn question,
Damn
do
yeah,
it.
brother.
Oh, dude.
I was so excited. I was like, "Ooh, that looks cool."
Oh, it'd be bitching.
I just love Cleese because he doesn't give a shit about anyone else's opinion.
Right.
On, having the turbos just out the hood.
Yeah.
Everyone's,
He's-
I gotta
he's
hide
got
the
it.
turbo. No, I want to be able to see that some bitch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should do it. It would be bitching.
Who's that? Yeah, I've seen a blower in a. Well, I mean, there's obviously blower Corvettes, but
Not like that.
not like that.
Not
though.
Yeah.
Not like a
that
street
aren't
car.
Like pro mods.
Yeah.
The blower ones like that are probably all pro mods.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Blower sticking out.
Mhm.
So, and you know that something about Ruby, it just works for absolutely no reason at all. I don't know.
Always has, yeah.
Like it just works. Like, they really did not have to work that hard to get that thing.
Oh, those guys
It
never
just-
work. It's all fun.
They work. They're fucking.
Well, I know, but I'm
Oh,
saying they
yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah, they do it right.
Mhm.
I think it goes back to like what you said in the last podcast, Brett, is like you don't want to work on your stuff. You know, you want to make it feel like work. You want to have fun with it. Those
Yeah,
guys
that's
Yeah.
a big deal.
epitome of that. It's like
Yep.
they have to work very fucking hard to keep everything going. But they turn that work and that energy they're putting into that work into like the fun.
Yeah,
the
drag
most
and
fun.
drive, the sick
Yeah,
weeks,
it's
all
like
that stuff. Yeah,
fun,
Yeah.
inspired versus like
This is work, yeah.
yeah.
So they're less. I would say a lot of these guys when they're getting on that level, the cars are more tools than they are like cars that like you really
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
But those guys, I think they're all he's got a few tools in his fleet, you know, but a lot of them are very much presences in themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They're you know. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
what do you think? How'd the meeting go? The I70 meeting. So the first podcast was the one right before our meeting here.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we're in the Kansas City area. So in Kansas City, your options are very limited for us. So, you know, you're an hour to Heartland Park, which for people who are not from this area, Heartland Park, it's a great surface. It's an NHRA facility. The worst part about it, by far, is the pits. They are so far away from the track. So if you don't have a pit vehicle, like a golf cart,
we've talked about it. Yeah,
we've talked about that before. It's impossible. So that's the worst part by far. The next worst part is if you're a radial car, they're not gluing shit down. There was a big post about Heartland Park and their schedule being released, and one of the radial guys in Topeka, Tim Webb, he's got a Malibu, a big block car. It's fast. It's, you know, every bit in the 14s area, in the 8th, and I mean he lives in Topeka and he does not go there to test.
Oh my God!
He drives 2+ hours, goes down to Oklahoma, goes to Texas, goes anywhere else but there, and because they do not glue, he said, I will pay extra for you guys to glue down the lanes. They're anything that's done to the track is technically prep, I will say, but they're like, oh, we're gonna they have like a little spray bottle, and they're just kind of.
They're not actually
out there.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, if one of the big pro mod guys are out there wanting to make a 60-foot or like they don't even make a 330 hit hardly. They just and let off. Or if sometimes Larry Larson will come down and make a hit, but he doesn't. You know, he's testing for MPK.
Well, yeah, because
so
you can't go there and test and have the same data as if you go to a track that's glued.
Right.
And most of the tracks you go to are glued. So you're not going to have the right data.
Yeah.
You're going to be behind the 8 ball.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a problem for a lot of guys. For some of the street guys or the no prep guys, I don't see I'm surprised a lot of them, more of them don't go there.
I feel like it's because it's NHRA track and I don't know. I don't know.
I think
a lot of guys like the backwoods tracks better.
You're going to have problems with, I'm sure if you were like, hey, turn the boards off, let's do no time, they're going to have a fucking problem with that. They're going to have a problem with, I mean, there's no better spot than the street to test for that stuff. But I don't know. Anyway, moral of the story is, there's some problems that we've had there. Mocan's a little bit further.
Well, they're just doing it wrong. They're not working towards getting more people to go there and test.
Agree.
Yeah,
they're not going to stay open like we talked about with KCIR. You knew you were going to go there on a Thursday or Friday, and you knew you can grudge race.
They were going to be open. Yeah,
not Topeka. They're not open They're not testing tuning every week.
They didn't have very many last year.
No, they did not. But I think it's because people aren't going. So why keep the doors open if you're only getting 10 people or 5 people?
Right. I wish they would broaden their spectrum, but that's beating a dead horse and besides the point. It's
great for the big stuff.
In Kansas City, you're in a pickle. There's a track an hour away. Should be such an awesome place to be. Every racer in the Kansas City area should be there every single weekend. Honestly, but
they're not.
They make it very hard for you to do that.
Yeah, it's not like a.
That's the track's fault, in my opinion.
The vibes aren't there
for not incorporating these other guys and finding a way and finding these faults to make it better. Regardless, it sounds like hopefully, we have a new solution in the matter. There was a meeting that we talked about on the first episode, and unfortunately, I think Brett, you had a union.
Had a union meeting.
my kids were sick and I could not make
Jesse.
it, but,
Jesse knows the details.
So,
Yeah.
We were putting everything on him.
Yeah, so I70 Motorsports Park was the original owners of the land for the drag strip, and they were supposed to be the ones to put the drag strip, build it, and put it together and all this crap. But something happened, and I don't know all the details, but nothing ever happened, and they kept getting people's hopes up. So Scott Higgs, the owner of Interstate Truck Centers, and Blake Housley, Blake and Scott are two fantastic people. I've had Blake do some work for me. I call him a really close friend. He's a good dude. Scott is also a very good person too. And they're both heavily versed in the drag racing world as far as, like pro mod stuff and all this good stuff. And so Scott bought the land from I70 Motorsports Park. There's money in escrow, and I might have to get on my phone to get the actual details because I don't want to speak out of line here. But so there's money in escrow. The land is already purchased, and in March, so next month, they're going to start doing dirt work.
Hell yeah.
To start getting everything lined out and all this. And then, so the timeline is March is dirt work. June, July, they're going to start paving. And then, hopefully, as long as weather permits, October have a ribbon cutting ceremony to open it. So it's going to happen super fast.
That's awesome.
But, oh yeah, it's so badass. But he made really good points about trying to get a really nice pits, get it all nice and flat and smooth, because you don't want a car that sits 3 inches off the ground dragging the front bumper through the pits,
No.
Well, that alone, it's hard to make changes to your car when you're sitting like this in the pits because shit's not level too.
Yeah.
When you're picking up gravel and throwing gravel everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a very important thing because it could kill somebody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't. My car is a shit box, but guys that have like your truck, you don't want to be pulling in there and throwing rocks in your wheel wells.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna happen, but if you can keep it to a dull roar. But so the track's gonna be overall 4,000 feet long. Overall.
Wow.
So the first 720 feet from the, I guess, burnout box to this either 720 or 770 feet is going to be concrete. From the 770 to the 1320 is going to be high grade asphalt. So better than what you see in a parking lot or on the street.
Yeah.
And then from the 1320 to the sand traps will be DOT, like what you see on the street. Yeah. And then we'll have a 150-foot sand trap with a net at the end of it. So
sweet.
This track is going to be fast.
Yeah.
People are going to be able to go 200 plus easily and not have an issue.
Not like Osborne.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a curve at the end.
Yeah, for sure. But so they're going to have seating for 10,000 people.
Wow.
Damn.
Huge grandstands.
Damn. Wow.
And I think they got those acquired from another drag strip that shut down. So they're kind of
That's awesome.
reusing for the most part, which is awesome for everybody. But
Yeah. Saves a little money and they put some more money somewhere else.
and time for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
It's
you don't
already
have to-
built,
Yeah.
And then
Well, I'm sure transporting them won't be.
I think they're already here.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's pretty much that. But like I said, when Scott's a bullshitter, he's serious about it. He's like, there's money in escrow. It's going to happen. But he wanted to make sure that people were going to be interested in it. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
This meeting was on a Tuesday night at 7 p.m. So keep that in mind. And there was well over 150 people there.
I think that's probably on purpose.
I think so too.
Yeah,
which
I think they did it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
let's
on
make it
Tuesday,
really weird.
7 o'clock.
Who's committed?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And
Mind you, me and Brady were not committed.
yeah, you guys don't care. No, I'm kidding.
We would have been there.
But oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I almost didn't go because I had my HVAC replaced in my house, and then they got done at 3 p.m. I went to bed at 3, woke up at 6 to go to this meeting. Like I had 3 hours of sleep, and then went to work after that.
Yeah.
So
Mind
it
you,
was-
Jesse has a weird, different.
Yeah,
it's not
stupid
7
hours.
to 3:30. Like there's 9 to 5 or whatever.
It's 9 to 5 a.m., 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. basically. But it's crazy. But
did they have like a layout?
No, there wasn't a layout. They don't have anything set in stone. It's to be determined if they're going to be sanctioned or not, like by NHRA.
Yeah.
So
I kind of hope they're not, but that's just me.
I kind of hope they are, because then Topeka could just kind of.
That's true.
It's not really needed, which sucks.
Well, what if it's a fire? So
You light a fire under Topeka's ass.
Topeka, I'm saying is like, if you're look at your example, look at your competition. What are you going to do? Because if it lights a fire under their ass, it's great.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It would be great,
because maybe they're going to set an example of what it takes to, if you have your choice. But I mean, I think if they open their fucking ears because of an example being set, maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah,
maybe they won't.
Yeah, because they did. I remember when they did Topeka did the back half of they erased the back of the track.
Yeah.
That Outlaw and Big Chief came and Ryan Mitchell was there, and it was a huge turnout. Big no prep race. Like, why aren't they doing that? It's still. Did they not make any money?
Oh, I'm sure they did.
I mean, there's a lot of people there.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, and we could talk about that all night long about what's going on there. But at the end of the day, it's the owner's fault. I mean, they're going to be able to control what's going on.
Yeah. And they can promote their own events though too.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to have promoters.
I've never done it. I've never promoted anything, but I couldn't assume it would be all that hard when you have a facility at your disposal.
Well, and they have their own insurance too. So
yeah,
why aren't you could have a beat like Joey?
But
Beaterbomb does so many events at I-29. It's ridiculous.
It's less hard, I think, now for a track because there's so many guys. There's so many promoters and guys that would hop at that opportunity to be in that spot. It's obviously tons of work, but if you get behind a guy I think Kendall's done a great job. He's kind of in that spot where he'll get behind in that area where organize and work through that.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that's just needed. You just need a guy that has that following, that has done it before, has proven. And because every one of those guys, no matter who it is, they're looking for a facility. And what's a better, everyone wants a safe facility. There's not anybody in the country that doesn't want that. So when you have it, then it's money in the bank. It's good to go. You know what I mean? It's set up, and people are going to show out. Same way with racers. Racers want a safe facility too. They're not going to, you know what I mean? It's like if you had a choice,
unless you're a degenerate, Unless you're a degenerate.
Well, yeah,
love street racing.
Yeah, it's like street racing is fucking legit. But if you said you had a choice to run down a street or a strip, and you leave everything else behind it, and you say a street, you're fucking insane.
when you take that out of it,
it's like
Well, some guys love the no prep surface. If you put it in those terms, like no prep or a track.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you put all the other variables on, it's like, oh, do you prefer doing street events or track events? Then that's different. But
a lot of guys think the street racing stuff, the grudge racing stuff, you don't have to have still as much money in your pocket as racing on the
rules are
track.
Way more relaxed. I think that's a big attraction to it.
They can do it the right way though. Because it's so close, these guys are going to come out and they're like, just because they're street guys, they're going to go out and they'll race in events. If they do small cash day kind of events on the street, that's no prep style events.
But it would be nice too.
They're out there.
If I-70 is legit and they get it all done and the pits aren't super far away,
they won't.
Like, hey, I need to go test and I want a place where I can test 5 freaking times and not have to pack up because of the cops or whatever.
Yeah, or people
That'd
coming to watch.
Because I'd love to go to Topeka once my car's together and test. But like I said, if the golf cart's going, well, right now we don't have
the room. Yeah.
Well, I guess we do have a ramp truck, so we can put the golf cart on a ramp truck, put the Camaro on the trailer, go out there. We can have 4 people on the golf cart and haul them back and forth and watch me race.
We're still going. We're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
We'll just drive somebody's car, but it's an inconvenience.
It is. It's the biggest thing.
And it's farther away than it needs to be. And there's also, you know, an extra variable of, like, I'm never that really comfortable at Heartland.
I feel like
I'm going to be stepping on someone's toes, or I'm going to be doing something
like I'm in
wrong,
trouble.
and I'm like so fucking
like there's a
scared
principal.
and nervous,
You're
I
in
can
high
get
school
kicked out.
again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like fucking. It's so like. I mean,
I don't feel
you've done it
comfortable.
before.
Yeah.
Didn't you get in trouble for doing a burnout past the finish line or something?
Yeah, the first time I took the truck to the track, I took it to Topeka after I got it running, and I was having issues. It wasn't making boost, or something, like a two-step was stuck on. I don't remember, but I would get out like, I don't know, 25 feet from the water box, and it would light off, and I was trying to carry it out past the starting line, and old gray hair out there was like, "What are you doing?" You know, I'm like, "Hey, man."
Cotton swab for all the. And
That's
guess
a new
what?
one.
I'm gonna put his fucking picture in 300 times right here because I got him. Trust me.
Fucking cotton swab. Oh my god,
dude.
That guy's an asshole, man.
He's a dick.
Huge.
He's an ass. If you see this, just change your attitude, my brother, because
It's not that hard.
these are the people who are keeping you at work. Just calm the fuck down, brother.
About the old guy at Heartland.
Cotton
Yes.
swab is like, yeah, it's fucking.
What's your SFI number on your flex plate, sir?
Yeah.
That's
No.
an Amazon special, old boy.
I shit you not.
He's a huge dick.
He has a huge dick.
No, he is a huge
Whoa.
dick. Easy there,
No.
bud.
Well, that's what she said, Jesse. I don't know.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. No, I feel it. You know, it'd be nice to have a place that has good vibes, and you can. I guess I'm gonna put it in a way like you have a set amount of people that go to Power and Light every hot country nights, or every Friday night, or every Saturday night. They're getting hammered and getting drunk. It's just like I wish there was a place that it was like just a hangout for racers to race their cars and not feel like it's uptight.
Right, yeah.
Comfortable. What are you laughing?
Did you say hot country nights?
Yeah. Have you ever been?
No, I don't know.
Fucking loser.
What?
He's a loser.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
No, they have the free country concerts on Thursdays at Power and Light.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know what it was.
This guy's dying over here.
I was like, why is he dying? You okay? You need a hug?
I didn't know what it was.
Damn
but
folks from Topeka.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
No,
young.
I've never been
I
before.
figured he knew because he's young.
No. No, okay. If you didn't know what it was and hear somebody say, call it hot country night, you're going to fucking laugh. All right, I'm sorry. Excuse
Well,
my
you know what I'm
ignorance.
getting at. Like,
No.
like,
Yeah,
Excuse
you're
my
right.
ignorance.
Excuse my ignorance.
like everyone has their own bar they go to
Yeah,
on
right.
certain
Yeah.
nights. It's like you have your own track that everyone goes to and races.
Jesus.
No, you're exactly right. You really are.
Fucking love you guys.
I know.
Yeah, you do.
You got something to say, Kat?
Love you too. Oh, look at that.
I was sorry. That was fucking funny. He's over here dying.
I didn't know what it was.
But fuck. But yeah, the new track is very promising, especially with those two people being huge.
Sounds like they need to get
Huge.
on the podcast.
Possibly.
Was Robin Roberts there?
He was there. He was in attendance.
It sounded like I saw a picture of him. He's not part of the investment, or okay, because I saw a deal. It kind of sounded like he was, but
He might be, but I don't know.
there was like a picture of three dudes, and it said something about like it had Blake and Robin and some other guy.
Yeah.
It might be one of those things like we've talked about before, is like having that backing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
Like
that
yeah,
support.
Robin's got that
And he-
following.
Yeah.
Because he did that race that I talked about earlier, Heartland. They raced the track.
Correct,
He was, I think he was the promoter.
I think he was, yeah, he was big. He was heavily involved in that for
Yeah.
sure. But I70 is more than likely going to happen. Well, I'm not going to say more than likely. It is
It's happening. Yeah.
100% without a doubt going to happen. And Scott said that. And yeah, it's going to be
No,
badass.
I think the car community is excited.
Oh, I'm definitely excited. And I'll say it when Brady gets back, but he said they're planning for 70 plus events a year.
That would be great.
Yeah. So it's going to be open for sure. They're going to rent it out. They're going to have test and tunes, weekly test and tunes.
Yep.
They're going to have all these events. They're going to have no prep. They're going to have radials, pro mods, anything and everything. Damn near. They're gonna race it.
Yeah, I think it'd be great because I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch the Street Racing channel, the guy on DNR. I watch all of them, and there seems like there's so many events
that they're able to go to
that they can. Oh, we're going to this event, this event, this event. And it's like, man, I feel like if I got to go to any of these events, I'm driving 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, and
or 8 hours
with diesel fuel if you drive a diesel truck or whatever.
Diesel.
Yeah, it's $4 a gallon right now. I mean,
well, yeah, we went to West Virginia to pick the motor up. I had $500 to go to West Virginia and back.
Yeah, that's no trailer either.
I was getting 20 miles a gallon.
Yeah, it's bad right now, but for real though, it's I don't know. I don't know.
But I'm excited because if they do a lot of no prep events or just any testing tunes, like, hey babe, let's go up there tonight. We got everything done. The car's ready. Let's go have some fun with some friends.
That's exactly what I said.
And I feel like you can't do that at Heartland. They don't do enough events for people. They do, they do the bracket racers and the big NHRA events, which those are great to go to. Me and Dad and Bryce go to that every year, but they don't do it like you said. If they do 70 events a year and no prep and all this other shit, that'd be awesome.
What?
Scott said they're planning to have 70 plus events a year.
Holy crap!
They're going to use the facility.
How many?
We need backup motors. Everyone start buying up motors.
There's 3 here right now.
That's true. Brady, let's go. Turn her up.
I'm excited.
Well, there actually is another block over there, 5.3 block, and crank and pistons and rods and.
There we go. Four backups. I can fuck up 3 times.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Let's do it.
There we go.
But yeah, so they're going to use a facility for sure.
That's fucking exciting.
Yeah.
So the other question is, those dudes, they're going to be in charge of the dragway. I70 is not going to have any say over the drag strip.
Correct.
Because they own the land, they own the drag strip.
Yeah, it's a separate entity in the same facility.
I got you.
Yeah. But they're going to coincide with each other as far as events going and stuff because, it would be badass to have 2 events going on. Like, say you have drag racing during the day or at night, and then during the day you got the circle track going. Like, have you guys ever been to Wheatland?
I have not.
Oh, you guys got to go. It's Lucas Oil owns it. Mm-hmm. The Lucas family owns this facility in Wheatland, Missouri. They have a really, really nice dirt track. This cat is all over me. Mm-hmm. They have a really badass circle track, and then they have a Lake Lucas, that they race drag boats on.
That'd be cool. I've never seen drag boats.
Oh, dude, it's so badass. They, I'm a huge fan of boats, by the way. I love boats as well.
Let's get into that.
Boats and hoes.
So, Wheatland, they'll have a boat drag race during the day. And then at night, so you buy one ticket, and at night, it gets you into the circle track race.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so it's a buy one, get one.
That's badass.
All day buffet of racing.
Ooh. I need some buffet right now.
You know what you need?
I don't need any tequila. I know that.
Don't make me fucking... Come on, Brett.
No, I don't want any. I
can smell it from here.
I don't do...
Dude,
no.
Don't make me feel that way.
It's your birthday
Yeah,
tomorrow.
your birthday.
Yeah, and I'm over here by myself.
Yeah, exactly. We're drinking with you. What are you talking about?
We did shots for you.
Not on my birthday, though. It was the
that's
week
your
after.
fault.
Not on my birthday.
Bitch. Yes.
Did you like that?
Like what?
The yes.
Oh, yeah. If Jesse does one, I'll do one.
Oh, God.
Who drove?
I did.
Jesse.
I can't do that.
Yeah. See, we're responsible.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, or, yeah.
I'm gonna say Okay, I'll get into it because I'm gonna rely on you guys because I think you guys have done a little bit more like structured racing than I have, 100%. So, getting in. Speaking of the track, we're gonna look to having this great facility to.
I'm done.
You need another one?
No.
He's like,
Okay. So we're about to have this great facility. One of the things that we were going to talk about is racer etiquette. And racer etiquette.
I like it.
Is not only going to, take care, obviously taking care of our great facilities that we're having in, but also, being respectful to one another at a racetrack. So, speaking of that, I'll lean to you guys. Obviously, both of you have more experience than I do racing, 100%. So, what are some, I guess, tips to, because there's going to be, with a racetrack, we're introducing new racers every single day, or we're opening a spot for people to come test their cars. There's going to be people, tons and tons and tons, probably a majority people who's never been to a racetrack before, especially in the Kansas City area, because there wasn't really a good place to go before.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of people
who's never been before.
Yeah, they didn't get the chance to go to KCIR before it closed. Yeah.
So we talking racer etiquette, street and
Just
track.
Just
at the track.
Both, because some of them coincide together because it's a respect
And
thing.
yeah, there you go, right
Big
there.
time.
That's what it has to do with, is respect. I mean, I've been to a lot of races and I've seen a lot of drama, shit talking, and that comes with it. I mean,
Yeah.
I love shit talking, do it every day, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to fight each other or bring any of that
Right.
into it, or a gun. I mean, just respect other people's property and them as a person. And I mean, you got to give respect to get it.
Right.
You can't just get respect if you're not giving it to somebody.
First and foremost, speaking of that, like you just said, is the respect thing of someone else's property. Going into the track specific bit of the new track that we're having is, being respectful that somebody's putting millions of dollars on the line. And this is not just to put it in perspective, it's a risky investment. Extremely.
It's not guaranteed to make. I mean, obviously, not everything's guaranteed to make money, but there's obviously a lot more things you could put money into that's going to make more money.
Environment and everything going on. You look around, like we talked about before, Bradenton being one of the most successful tracks in the world, I would say, still having to deal with some of these issues of apartment complexes, things like that. It's a risky investment. And how about, we need to be respectful of those who are choosing to do, because they're not doing this because this is a money thing. They're doing this out of the love of the sport and out of the love of the community.
100%.
So you need to be respectful. Picking up the obvious things, the things that you should learn.
Guaranteed things you should have learned when you were a kid.
So we don't even need to get into the specifics. You know what those are. So, anyway, sorry.
Yeah, pick your trash up. No burnouts in the parking lot. No donuts. I mean, have some respect for the property. I mean, if they put brand new concrete down, don't be doing donuts and burnouts in the parking lot.
Yeah, I think
During events, after events.
I think the vibe of the track's going to do that for itself, mainly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shit on.
yeah, because when people go to like the street races, like we talked about in the first podcast,
Well, what street race? I mean, I think in Kansas City we got two different types of street races. You got legit and you got not legit.
I'm talking about the non-legit,
Okay.
and I was going to say is Friday and Saturday night was all the idiots. There was 300 people out there, and it's like all rules are off. Just be an idiot.
It's like you have free roam on 2 acres in a piece of concrete. These kids are just going to town on the property, and they think it's just going to last.
Yeah, and then they're like, "What happened?"
And then they're out there trying to put asphalt filler in the freaking grooves. You know who you are.
That's the thing. That's the thing I worry about a little bit, because we think be respectful of everybody's property. That seems pretty fucking obvious.
That's a given.
But it doesn't. It's not.
It's not
so
obvious
because
anymore.
You think you're like, oh well, the track people probably would think, okay, they're going to respect someone's property a little bit more because they're helping us out. Well, these small businesses that throw these meets are giving us their whole property, giving the car community their property to be able to have meets on, and they're cool with it. And they're like, we're cool with it if you guys are respectful, you pick up your trash, you're not crazy.
Yep.
And people take all of that for granted and think, oh, I'm just going to be the guy. So it's a little, I mean,
And you're not,
it's a little
and those
terrifying.
people aren't thinking about, oh, once everyone leaves, who you think's going out there and picking up the trash in the parking lots of this business? The business owner is. Because he doesn't want his customers showing up going, oh, people think my business is trashy because there's shit everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. So
And that's what has killed every spot we have had is donut marks in the parking lot and trash. These businesses, they call and they complain they don't want it happening no more.
Right.
And
Sorry.
burnouts,
I went to Baser.
Kirkley's now donuts.
Rip a sick one, bro.
Oh, God. But yes,
No,
and that's part of why we're here
Yeah.
is to show and teach people
How to
how to
speak
respect and how to talk at the same part. Vocabulary.
Jesus.
Okay, so
Sorry,
respect.
end your rant.
Step
but
one,
goddamn.
respect property, respect other people's.
Pick your trash
Respect
up.
property, whether that's the track owner's property, whether that's other people's racers' property.
A
Meaning,
street, yeah.
If
Street,
you're borrowing
yeah.
somebody's tools, if you're having to borrow
Yeah.
somebody's thing,
Yeah.
respect.
Oh,
them.
my God.
So
Just-
Did you
Keith-
see that?
Justin Key's post,
Snap on impact? I'd be.
$1,400 impact, loaned it out, never brought it back.
yeah,
That's
that happens.
oh, dude, yeah.
And then that happens, and then no one wants to help anyone anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because of that. Yeah.
Yep.
And that, I think that gets, we're obviously calling to the people that to respect one another, but I do ask, that gets into a point of, I do ask the experienced racers, please understand that they are new people. And some of these people may not be as
They are good
fortunate.
people.
They
There's
are
good
they
people.
Can't, they most are good. Most people are good people.
They do mean well, yeah.
So not everyone grew up the same way we did. Same way with everyone listening to this podcast. Probably 99% of the people listening to this podcast, not everybody grew up the same way we did. Meaning they weren't raised and taught these simple things about cars or racing, and that they need to be taught. And if they need to be taught, they need to be taught in a nice way.
Right.
Because it takes all of us to keep bringing up the car community and keeping it alive. And so we're the people who are experienced are role models in it, and the best way to be role models is to teach one another.
Yep.
And it might not be nice. It might not be. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be, because every time you're at Heartland or at any track, you're like, take a look at this fucking guy. He's like clutch dropping the shit, fucking smoking his clutch, and
he might not
he's
know.
almost spinning and putting it in a wall. We all laugh for sure. But, or there's other things. It's like, that person may not know. So if you take the time to teach one another, that person will know for the next time, and it's going to be a better day rather than just saying, fucking retard, because that dummy could, hurt somebody, and they are really ignorant to the fact that they do not understand.
And mind you, sometimes, some people don't want the help, and if they don't want it and they're shitty about it, don't help those people. But don't take that as, oh, well, I'm not going to help anyone now because of that guy.
Right.
You have to teach and help everyone. That's within work. That's within anything. We forgot our way. The whole world has forgot their way.
A lot of
Respect.
people have.
Open the door for the elderly. Help people that need help.
I love the way this is going. It's going such a beautiful way.
But
Ooh.
Beautiful, my brother.
Family. If you ain't got family, you ain't got shit.
We sound like boomers.
yeah, we do.
We're young community. You're not fucking.
God damn it. Do I sound like a boomer? Fuck.
Sound like a boomer podcast.
You're booming a little bit.
Dude, my dad gets so mad if you call him a boomer. Oh, he gets heated. I'm like, fucking boomer. He's like, you mother.
Sometimes I call people boomers. Call other people boomers.
I love it.
boomers, meaning I'm talking to someone that's a boomer, but I'm talking about somebody else. I'm calling them a boomer, and I love it.
Fucking awesome.
Because I think they're like, I'm a boomer. What does that mean?
You gotta respect your elders, though.
Yeah, but no, I think racer etiquette when you see somebody acting a fool at the track or anything, sometimes they don't know, but sometimes a lot of it is intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you go up there and say something to them, it's like, hey, man, how about you quit being an idiot?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well,
That's
fuck you, you know?
Fight instant.
Yeah.
Call another man
This is a free country. I can do what I want.
Yeah,
it's
Well,
stupid.
true, but at the same time, don't be
be like,
tearing up people's shit.
This
Hey,
is a problem, and this is the reason why you should change it.
It's like, hey, quit doing
I
that.
mean this out of respect. You know,
Yeah.
just please try to fix
Well-
that. You know, I'm glad you're out here having fun. Move on. And that's you're being.
But
the
people
bigger
can't
person.
take that in
Well,
a good
people
way,
are-
though. People are like,
Well, people aren't real men to want to
That's
just be
true.
the bigger person and lead by example, and that's
Right.
what
Yeah.
judges do. That's what real men do, is just lead by example.
and
Just
if you're
be the
doing
bigger
something
person.
wrong, admit it. Take responsibility
Right.
for your actions.
Yeah.
So we got be respectful of other people's property. I think one of the things, like we said, is if there's going to be a lot of new people that's going to be coming that's never been to a racetrack before. If you're experienced, teach and be encouraging to the others.
Role
without
model.
trying to
Be a role
nice.
model.
There's going to be people that are going to be, an asshole, but just leave them as the 1%. There's a lot of people that if you come at them the right way, if you say, listen, fucking idiot,
Yeah.
you're not doing this right, then you should expect to get asshole back action.
Right,
But just if you mean well, let's be a little bit more specific, as in actual racing etiquette, meaning staging, burnouts without, driving through the water box. If you don't have skinnies on the front, they're probably depending on the track, you're probably going to have to drive around and back up in the water box. I guess staging, we'll get into that one first.
There's a timely manner to stage. I mean, it's kind of like the unspoken rule,
Yeah, don't double light somebody.
Yeah,
or-
don't
Yeah.
go in and pre-stage immediately and then sit there and be like, where you at,
And why would you not want to do that to people who don't understand?
Usually, well, in drag racing, in a competition environment, if you double bulb somebody like that, there's a timer.
7 seconds. I
Yep.
believe, isn't
Yeah,
it?
7 seconds. And
So
when
they
you,
have 7 seconds to hit double bulb them.
to do their thing that
Yeah.
it takes them to do to stage, then pre-stage. So when you double bulb at 7 seconds, then the tree's going to drop no matter what, because the starter has already hit the button.
Yep.
And now when you're an experienced guy, just to put you in the experience, you're rolling up to the stage, you got somebody behind you, you're already fucking nervous because you're about to go.
Well, your heart's beating.
140, 50 plus miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're fucking nervous as shit, and you're looking over, and you got some. I'll be nice. I almost was that guy. I almost called him a
Unexperienced
BD.
person.
An unexperienced person coming up to the stage, and you look at the tree, and they're double stage, and then you're like, okay, now I have fucking 7 seconds to get in, build boost, double bump in, get on the brake, or else I'm red light. And if I red light, it's a complete waste. I just got my transmission hot. I just got my engine hot. I got no fucking data.
Yeah.
You're screwing the other person beside you. So you're rushing somebody. And for these cars, especially nowadays with a lot of cars being turbo, you're really putting that other person at a very disadvantage. Number one, right off the bat. Okay. Double bulbing somebody, don't fucking do that right away.
Yeah.
You want to go in single stage to the first top yellow bulb and wait for that other person to come in on that first top yellow
Right.
bulb until you move into the second stage.
Right.
Okay.
And if you don't know, ask. If you don't know
Yeah.
how to stage, ask somebody.
Before you fucking
Google it.
Exactly. Go watch YouTube videos, but number one, go up to the starting line before you go out and make a pass, especially if you've never been there before, and go watch. Watch people.
Yeah.
Understand where the beams are coming
walk
out
the
of.
lanes. I mean, that's
Well,
what you do on the
track,
street.
yeah.
You want to see what surface you're racing on.
Yeah. Know where the line. Know where
Unless
the lines
you're,
are coming.
like you said, if you're going to the track and you've been there a million fucking times, whatever. But
Well, yeah, we're not talking to them.
New
We're
people.
We're talking about new people. So, anyway, okay. So, staging etiquette, as least double bulbing somebody right
Yep.
off the next one. The next thing I'm thinking of, obviously, is burning someone down. Jesse, you want to explain that, or somebody want to explain burning someone down?
yeah, I mean, you just don't. if you're staging and the guy stages first and he's sitting there on his brake and you taking your time getting on your brake and the guy's bringing you in, if you're street, no prep, and that guy's sitting there for 15 seconds, yeah, you could burn that guy down. But a good flagger would give you your 5 seconds, and it does not matter if you're ready or not. He's going to hit the light because he knows that he ain't just going to wait for you to get on your brake if this guy's already in brake. You got 5 seconds. If you can't get up to boost in 5 seconds, that's your freaking problem. You shouldn't have a guy at your window going, oh, he's ready.
Well, that can go both ways. It could be on, so say racer number 1 is staged and ready to go on his brake on the limiter, and then the other guy hasn't come in yet. Well, the guy on the limiter, racer number 1, should not be on the fucking brake yet. Obviously, there's going to be some leniency there, but it's like you're kind of almost doing it to yourself in a way.
In that scenario, 100% correct.
Yeah.
Because I've been so antsy before when I first started racing, I would just bink, hit that brake, and then the guy's not even freaking double bolted.
He's not even ready yet. Yeah.
And that's my fault. That's your fault.
Yeah, but there's
so many scenarios we could go into.
But there's a lot of different ways. But I think
glad you brought that up.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was going to say burnouts. I'm guilty of it. The last time we took the truck out, I was having line lock issues and I wouldn't lock the front tires. And guy next to me did his burnout. Well, I did a big, gigantic John Forrest burnout because why not? Fuck tires.
America.
Yeah, all tires must die. So I did this big-ass burnout, and he's sitting over there, top bulb lit, waiting for me, and I'm still backing up. I'm like, looking back at it, I'm like, I was kind of a dick, but at the same time, it's not a bracket race. It's not do your burnout, stage, pre-stage, go, and all in a matter of 30 seconds or less, you know. It's a testing tune. Like, we're going to take our time. I see both sides of it.
Yeah.
But I also want to say shutdown is another big thing because when you have a track that bottlenecks in the shutdown, who's going to go first? You know, when a car's got to come in and go behind another car. That's another big thing because you run into that at the smaller tracks.
Yep. I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Specifically, smaller tracks, 100%. Bigger tracks, one thing I would say that I like, Heartland. Just for example, I don't know how this new one's going to be, but at Heartland, there's 2 exits. There's a short and a long.
Yep.
And I think for me, going through my first experience, my car stopped plenty good on the first exit, going through at 140 plus miles an hour, which is actually pretty fucking good. Actually, I'm almost to a complete stop on the first exit, and pretty good without a. Anyway, moral of the story is, if there is 1 or 2 exits, don't feel like if you're a new person, your car is actually pretty quick. It runs in the low 10s, 9s plus. Even if you can get your car stopped to the first fucking one, it's okay to go to the fucking second. You can run it out to the next one.
Yeah. And you need to be paying attention too. Like if you have mirrors, look behind you, see where that guy's at.
Be careful.
Or if he's beside you.
I think that's another unspoken rule is the guy that wins the race is going to be the one leading the other car, which makes sense. But you also have to be aware if the car you're racing has a parachute, don't come over into the dude's chute while it's out, because I've seen that happen time and time again. One racer will get caught up in the other,
and that can be expensive.
It'll wreck both cars big time, and you got to pay attention to that stuff too. But this is all for newer beginners that have never been to a drag strip or have raced at a drag strip less than a handful of times.
Yeah, you just got to pay attention and watch. Like Brady said, go down, sit down. If you haven't ever made a pass there, watch what the etiquette is, because every track's going to be different.
Or ask somebody. Ask.
This is I would say this is the most important rule out of all of them. Is you are at a testing tune. There is no money on the line.
Yeah.
There is nothing that, like, if you fucking let go off the line and you start spinning, fucking lift and drive it to the end. You are not a hero. You are not racing for $10,000.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Because if you start trying to pedal it, when you blew the tires off at the beginning, the race was abort at that moment.
You're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
Drive it to the end under normal power.
Check your data. Change your
You're
tune.
not racing for money.
Yeah.
So quit trying to be a hero, because that hero is going to end up. You're going to jackknife in and hit the car that was on a decent pass down the right hand side trying to make their own. You're not racing for money. So let that be known. If you spin the tires, just lift and then just drive it to the end and recoup it. Keep your engine temps and your transmission temps down, and come back and get back in line and make another pass.
Try it again.
Adjustments. Try it again. You live to another day. You're not trying to be a hero.
Right.
I think for new beginners, that's probably the number one mistake everyone makes. You see it where a car almost goes into the wall 100 feet out because they're out there fucking pedaling it.
Or they're staying it too long.
Yeah.
I mean, and I agree with that. And then at the same time, even if you are racing for money, is it really worth the $4,000 or $5,000 pot to wreck your shit?
Yeah.
Most people have 30, 40 grand in a car.
Minimum, yeah.
And that's what you see a lot of times is people are just getting in and out of it constantly. Like, I get it if you're side by side and you're both pedaling and you're trying to win the race. I get it. But sometimes it's be the better man, the bigger man, not wreck your shit.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that happens all the time.
You see a lot of nitrous guys, they just freaking stand it up and then their throttle sticks. And then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
But in those aspects. And then you see a guy that throttle sticks and rear ends to some guy and totals a legendary big tire car.
Well, that's I will
Mechanical
say that's
failure.
That's kind of something that they couldn't be in control of. But the guy,
you can't shut your car off.
The answer is, are you actually responsible? Is if you could have just let off and just drove it to the end, because you're not going to make a record-setting number.
You're just racing yourself.
You know.
But mind you, when I've had throttle stick on this thing, and you just shut the power off, it dies. You're done.
Yeah.
That's how it be. Yeah. You should be able to shut your car off.
But when you're in the heat of the moment, do you think about shutting the car off?
I do. Yeah.
But you're not. Yeah, not a lot of people do think about that. They're just
freaking out.
Fuck. Yeah. You hold on for dear life. You know.
What was that one video on? It was like a badass wagon or something, and he was in traffic driving, and his throttle stuck. Yeah, throttle stuck.
Oh yeah.
Whack, and it's like just
shut it off.
The car
more
off,
time.
But like you're freaking out though, like Jesse said, like if you're in the moment,
shut it off, you're still gonna wreck. You're just not gonna wreck as
fast.
Right? Yeah. Because the brakes failed or whatever.
Yeah, it was a bad deal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of instances that can go wrong in any sort of race, and I don't care what it is you're doing.
Yeah.
It's
road course, track.
At the end of the day, you're the one in control.
Yeah.
Be well versed at what you're doing.
Right.
Or if you don't know, ask somebody. Go up to somebody. Hey, how does this work? I've never done this before. 9 times out of 10, most people are going to go, well, this is what you do. They're not going to be, you're an idiot. You don't belong here. Like, no, don't do that. Come on, guys.
And if your car's not right, don't race.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's not right at the track, my dad instilled this in me. He's like, I don't go to the drag strip to work on my shit. I do that at home where the tools are.
Yeah.
Because there was time and time again, we'd show up to a test and tune, and there's dudes out there with their car on the jack stands, pulling a trans or something. It's like, do that at home.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time and money doing that here, unless there's an issue there that you can fix.
They broke it there.
Yeah.
Trying to make
unless it's drag week and you're trying to like.
Yeah, those
that's completely different.
Yeah, that's just competition, but.
That's the way it goes. That's the way she goes, boys.
Yeah. So
sometimes you just gotta cut your losses and you're done.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is respect other people's stuff.
Yep.
Study up. There's a gazillion videos out there, and don't feel like you're too cool. Like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. If you've never been to a racetrack before, study up, watch some videos, study the area, and watch, other racers go. That's the number one thing I did was I'm like, let me go out and just watch, see where the staging beams are, understand that, look at the track, understand the grooves, see how other people are lining up, see what the staging people are doing, their signs, how everything's flowing, where the cutoff exits are, what happens or where the quarter mile or eighth mile finish lines are, so you know when you can let off. And I mean, if you don't know these things, it sounds so obvious, but you just don't understand them. So
also right. Also, if you are getting more experience in racing too, you always have the opportunity not to race at a track if you're not comfortable racing there.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to race, if you go down to the Shutdown, and that's another thing I want to say too is, if you go to a track and you look at go to the Shutdown, look at the Shutdown. If you don't feel happy about it or you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't race. Yeah. Load your shit up and go back. To eat the bill to get there, or whatever it takes, whatever it took you to get there, just swallow your pride and go home. If you're not comfortable, that's your choice. Don't let anybody sway your decision. Oh, well, you're just scared. It's like, so what? It's my car. Yeah. I have the right to say, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, and if you've never been to that track, man, you can go on YouTube, and more than likely there's going to be videos on that track.
Yeah, for sure. And like, there's been several people come up to me, oh, you need to put the truck on the street. Yeah, I could, but I don't feel comfortable doing it, so I'm not going to. It's my truck, and it's that person's car or whatever, and I don't know. It's just one of those things that kind of irks me when people are like, oh, he's just scared to do it. It's like, I'm not scared. I just don't want to do it. Ooh,
you don't have
ASMR fart.
You don't have to do shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to do something, don't do it.
But it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of hate in drag racing that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd say one final tip that I would say is engine diapers and belly pans are
it's a good idea.
It is.
Engine diapers are a pain.
You don't want to have a traction event.
Could save your life, save somebody else's life, or I mean, it saves the day at the very least of cleanup and helping your staff, because at the end of the day, all that stuff costs money, and the longer it takes for all that to happen, the longer those machines are going, the more money the track is.
And there ain't nothing worse than spectators just sitting there twiddling their thumbs waiting for a race.
When they have the 2-for-1 specials.
Ooh, 2-for-1.
They do that at Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. Oil down, 2-for-1. Buy one, get one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like food and stuff?
The spectators are least of my worries.
Yeah.
The guy that's sitting in the lanes in their multi-layer fire suit, sweating their fucking dick off because some jackass
they don't want to get out.
A small oil leak, and they're sitting there sweating and sweating and sweating. Yeah. If you've never been in that position before, it is so. Most of the time, it's so much more fun. Just going to the track and spectating or tuning for somebody than it is fucking driving.
It gets claustrophobic sitting in there.
Yeah.
When you're sweating your ass off.
And on the street, oil in the road, you're fucked.
Yeah.
They ain't
you gotta go somewhere else. But, yeah.
All right, we're going to end this thing, but before we end, I'm going to take a shot.
I'm not. I'm driving.
No. I'm driving.
You're staying here. Yeah. Brad,
you're taking. I just took one and I almost died.
He took two. You got to take another one.
I took a monster. I took a full mouthful.
What are you
Here,
looking
he's got to
for?
go first. It's his birthday.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
I'll do it. Oh, wait.
I need a fucking chaser for that shit.
You're not lying. I'll do another one.
I'll do another one.
I'm going to throw up.
He's going to throw up for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm not going to do another one.
I'm going to do another one.
Yeah, you better chase that with some bush latte.
Dude, it's...
Is it hitting?
Dude, you're the one that bought this.
Yeah.
It's so...
40% alcohol? Jesus.
It's tequila, my guy. Yeah, I'm going to do the one.
I'm going to do one. I'm going to do two.
I'm good. I took a monster one.
I need some mouthwash for that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Alrighty.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. It'll be out, and then we'll be right back next week, and we're gonna keep updated on what.
You got to say the line.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get there.
Okay,
we'll
just
get
saying.
there.
That's gonna
we'll
be
be
a
keeping an
thing.
update on Sick Week on how everything's going on for the next going into next week. I assume that's going to be some of our updates. So we have a lot
Yep.
to look forward to. We got Jules back in the pod. She was killing it all episode.
Pretty.
She was just
Yep.
out here
She's on our
living
schedule
life.
now.
She was stuck to you.
I don't know why.
She always,
She
yeah.
loves you.
I guess.
It's not even his cat.
No.
You know, but she's just living the fucking dream. So, anyway, if you ain't subscribing,
You ain't vibing.
we out this bitch.